Good evening and a warm welcome to News Hour. I am Mbalu Bangura. Coming up in this edition, Chief Electoral Commissioner presents the Commission's annual report for the 2015 and the 2015-2019 strategic plan to President Ernest Bai-Koroma. The Vice President presents a specially designed plaque to President Ernest Bai-Koroma, given to him as a guest of honor at a Pan-African Summit in South Africa. And customers raise concern over unavailability of top-up credit for Aperture prepaid meters in the city for days now. All these stories and more, including business and sports, in this edition of News Hour. The Vice President, Victor Bokaifo, has presented a specially designed plaque to President Ernest Bai-Koroma, given to him as a guest of honor at a Pan-African Summit in South Africa at State House. We now bring you highlights of the presentation ceremony.
The plaque that was specially designed for you as guest speaker to the second session of the Pan-African Parliament. They hold you in very high esteem, and on this plaque is inscribed, presented to His Excellency Ernest Bai-Koroma, President of the Republic of Sierra Leone, by Honorable Roger Kondo Dang, President of the Pan-African Parliament. Please, sir, it was amidst applause as I gave out your thoughts to them. More especially when you did say the Ebola visited us. And during the time of Ebola, some of our African compatriots withdrew flights coming to Sierra Leone. But you said you hold no grudge. They clapped and clapped and clapped. So you hold no grudge. You said further that you learned lessons, good as well as bad, and you can build upon those lessons learned. You further said, Mr. President, Excellencies, you said, I quote, "The new bureau is there to all Sierra Leoneans because this is the first time a Sierra Leonean is elected to the Bureau of PAP and in no mean capacity." You went on to say, as a government, that is your government, we wholeheartedly supported the candidacy of Honorable Dr. Bernadette Lahai, notwithstanding the fact that she does not only belong to the opposition party, but also the minority leader in our parliament. You went on to say we should practice cross-party politics to do what adds value to us as a country and as a continent. In this plaque is yours, and you deserve it from the Pan-African Parliament.
Thank you. All important occasion that the African Parliament have specifically slated for me and Sierra Leone. And I believe it was slated for Sierra Leone because of the exemplary role we have played in the politics of Africa, especially when it relates to religion and political inclusion. We are now rated as #1 in terms of religious tolerance, and I have told the political parties in this country in my inaugural meeting with them in my second term that my hope and prayer is for us to attain the status of politically tolerant democracy as we have attained in the religious field. That was why I initiated meetings with political parties, and that is why we have had now political parties participating in issues of national concern, and it has been demonstrated in all of the national issues we have had, including the fight against Ebola. I believe that if we are growing the process in this country, we must tell the story out there that it's a wonderful experience and it is an experience worth emulating. That is why I believe an appropriate forum is the Pan-African Parliament, wherein we have exhibited not only what we do, and it is not just about talking and talking. We have demonstrated that in the African Parliament by supporting the minority leader, and the support was very open. The support was a wholesome support by the government, and we are happy that she is there representing us and also being a shining example of what multi-party inclusiveness can do.
There has been an unavailability of top-up credit for Apato prepaid meters in the city for days now, and this has caused some inconveniences for customers using the meters. David Agaba has been assessing the situation.
An affected customer, Haja Fatmata Bintaba, told SLBC that her business has been badly affected as she has no electricity to power her fridge. She says for days now, her children have been queuing at EDSA's office but are yet to purchase any. SLBC spoke to the information officer, Sir Nepo, who told SLBC that it is true that there is a problem with the Apato prepaid meter system, but they have contacted their partners in Poland who are responsible for the programming and networking of the prepaid meters. He, however, apologized to the public for the inconveniences the unavailability has caused and promised that the situation will be put under control soonest.
We started having problems with one of our rechargeable meters, which is called Apato. Apato is a system, uses a system of recharge that is based in Poland and that is being connected from Sierra Leone to Poland. And as a result of a drop down in the system, they have a problem with the system that is from Poland. It has also affected our operations with regards to the Apato meter in Freetown. So now, as you can see, we have our customers down there queuing in order for them to have access to recharge their Apato meters. That is why one thing I want to start by saying is that we first of all want to apologize to our customers for the inconvenience the situation might have caused. It is beyond our control, but however we have tried to contact our contractors from Poland to ensure that they try and normalize the system. That is why, as I'm speaking on television now, the system is to a certain extent normalized and customers are now recharging Apato.
A student, Christiana Musa, called on EDSA to improve on the power supply as the frequent outages is affecting their studies.
The postponement of the National Primary School Examination (NPSC) by the Ministry of Education, Science and Technology has been received with mixed feelings by the public. Many are of the opinion that the indefinite postponement of the exams will have negative impact on the pupils. Ibrahim Samuel has more on the story.
Over decades, the National Primary School Examinations, or NPSE, are always taken during the first week in May. But the indefinite postponement by the Ministry of Education has been received with mixed feelings by teachers, parents, and pupils in Class 6. The SLBC met teachers during revision sessions with the pupils to prepare them for the examinations, which is expected to have taken place this week. Pupils have already taken their final mock examinations as part of the assessment for the exams. The teachers had this to say.
Well, the day we had the news, the next day I came to school, and there are some children were excited while others were not. And there was that mixed feeling. Some children said they have already prepared their mind. So it's like they have already built up the confidence to tackle the exam. So it was a shock to them when they had the news. While others said being that they have been out of school for a year and the time frame for the examination was short, they were happy.
On a normal circumstance, the academic year starts at what? September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April. The kids had an opportunity of what? 8 months tutorial. 8 months. We prepare them within a period of 8 months before they attend to the public exams. So if half of that time, which is 4 months, is scheduled for this NPSE that will have taken place come this next Saturday, which has already been postponed, I welcome the idea because I want to be what? I want to be a little bit what? Fair with my conscience.
The teachers said that the postponement took them aback as it will have serious consequences on the pupils whom they say have prepared.
Examination preparation is not about adjusting yourself to meet the criteria. You have to adjust yourself because these are not, as the president normally says, in extraordinary times, you need extraordinary measures to be put in place. And I think we had already done a lot. We have covered a lot of topics. I don't think there's any topic we don't touch. We have already done such. So the children, it's just like if you are applying for a visa, somebody had already told you you are going to have it on this coming week, Saturday, and all of a sudden it is postponed. How would you feel when you already have America in your head?
The teachers told SLBC that this is the first time in 25 years of teaching experience that the Ministry of Education has postponed the NPSE. S. Than Nicol is the deputy head teacher of the St. Anthony's Primary School, Brookfields.
The indefinite announcement is not too good for us because the children too have been preparing this exam from May 7. But since this exam came, when we announced it to them in the devotion, we were all sad. And this time indefinite, we don't really know when. I'm worried about this time. Since the rains are coming, they are approaching now. We are expecting them to see the exam before the rainy season.
Here at the E.B. Williams Municipal School, Jomo Kenyatta Road, SLBC met parents and pupils, fervently offering special prayers for the pupils for the examination expected that the exam would have taken place this weekend. The principal of the E.B. Williams Municipal Primary School is Pastor Anthony Moriba. He described the rescheduling of the NPSE examination as unfortunate and expressed concern as the underlying repercussions. This parent told SLBC that government has put them in suspense and called on them not to delay the conduct of the examination as Ebola has already affected their children.
Right now, the don't go back to worst. Because right now, the play don't boku, they full more and more. So to me, I don't feel fine. We are with the big papa government, make them do better, to make them plan for them to care me the land.
They want to Ebola me that affect because they sit down for long. The zeal when they don't get Ebola don't can put say. But 1 year, it's now they say for can seats, and make people could go out say this seat. So the NPSC then they don't get zeal. The pikin actually you don't get it for the exam. Don't the exam don't can go PN. When you come on so they go with Paris. They say, hey, we don't get it for this exam. Guys, I don't push them back. Don't wait in one small dates no day. And so we don't get it bad.
You know, very, very good down in salon. We will pray and beg the government for helping for those that come up back. Because like we so we don't go school. We have up now with picking and then our future. If they land book land and they get for assistance. But when you speak land, enjoy the go there, how do they drag and go there, so we go there.
So I just what about the announcement now they say
announcements when they say you're picking them for seat, they're not for seat first. That push or they push and the always time when they get small happiness because some picking and they're not they get nothing but experience because this people have not put picking and there. So from that time, the teachers then were able to make her up for the small to that time. But the only thing we stress me and torment me, now when time no dey panel, anything we not get time, not a good thing for the country.
SLBC News, Freetown.
Professors Without Borders based in United Kingdom, headed by a Sierra Leonean, has chosen Sierra Leone to run a life skill summer school program in the country. Prince of Wales School has been selected. At a joint partnership agreement signing between authorities of the school and focal person Abu Bakari, the program will target 100 pupils who are in the senior secondary school. Let's join Ibrahim Samora.
Michael Bundo and Rodney Coker welcomed the initiative, saying that the venture will help promote education in the country. They said the program will strengthen exchange of learning between lecturers from UK and that of the country.
The kind of education system we have in our own country is quite different from what is happening in the UK. But there's going to be a kind of harmony, and that's the reason why they told us, let us even give up the way or syllabuses or topics they want to teach when they come back, at least which will be in line of whatever examination, whatever kind of thing they're going to put up when they are going for examination of the proposal. That's what we stated. They are going to look at what we have, the syllabus we have, and they will look at what they have, even in terms of taking on individual teachers, so that at least they will do what they cannot do. I think that's what we will have to do in the senior secondary school particularly.
The focal person of Professor Without Borders in the country, Abu Bakari, said they decided to choose Sierra Leone in West Africa because Sierra Leoneans in the UK are trying to pay back to their country.
If he wants to do this for Africa, he has to start in Sierra Leone. And from here, he will go with the experience he's going to get here. He'll go to the Gambia, go to Nigeria, go to Ghana, and go to East Africa. Well, actually, he's already cooperating with East Africa in a different level. But for the summer school, he's going to start here in Freetown.
He said a total of 100 pupils will be targeted and 75 will be selected from Prince of Wales School, and the remaining 25 will be coming from other schools in Freetown. Mr. Bakari said the life skill program will run from the 1st of July until the 30th of July, saying that at the end of the program, the pupils will be certified.
Parliament has summoned 3 production companies to answer to questions relating to their operations and issues around corporate social responsibilities, and the need for them to work with political leaderships in their operational areas. Here's the report.
The Comlin summon include Shakadas and Son, Commodities Trading, Comlin, CTC, and Leosem Cement Factory for failing to meet their Community Action Plan obligations and renewal of operations license. Addressing the management of Shakadas at Committee Room Number 1 in Parliament, the chairperson of Lands Committee, Honorable Rosalind Smith, says the management of Shakadas over the years has been meeting its Community Action Plan obligations, and explains why Parliament summoned the Comlin.
Shakadas. I'm not in your constituency. I'm from another constituency. But the SIDA is a requirement to complete your renewal process. That SIDA is a requirement to complete the renewal process. It is good that you're doing all of these things for Sierra Leone. But the SIDA is for the community. That's why it is called Community Development Action Plan. The community that you're operating on. I know you've done a lot for the community, but the community should feel. Let me tell you, Ryosem is operating in my constituency.
The Honorary Consul General of Japan, who is also the Managing Director of Shakadas and Son, Dr. Kishore Shakadas, maintained that his company has done more than they are required to do countrywide. He told members of parliament that they are operating as an industry, pointing out that his company has supported the community with the construction of bridges and has been awarding scholarships to university students. Honorable Veronica Kadisise says members of parliament should be involved in developmental projects as they are the people's representatives.
So each time we call you, you should know we are not here to witch hunt. You have challenges, and there are so many issues that we need to clear with CTC, because you are dealing with food stuff, and we need to know there are so many issues. We are getting information from outside. So it's but fit for you and your team, for your management, the senior management, to come and highlight or to answer to some of these queries. Now they are not here. You are here alone and you have a team. So can you please tell this house, like, I want to follow my colleague by keeping you here until the whole team comes back.
Other representatives from the Lyosem Cement Factory and the consultant of commodity trading company Abubakar Sela also answered to questions from members of parliament. In another engagement, Save the Children Sierra Leone has commenced a 2-day training for parliamentarians and local councils at the Committee Room No. 1 in Parliament. The training focused on building a strong civil society by strengthening their capacity on various thematic areas. Honorable Hassan Sise, Chairman Oversight Committee on Social Services, says Save the Children has been present in Sierra Leone since 1999 and that their programs largely focus on education, health, nutrition and WASH.
The Chief Electoral Commissioner, National Electoral Commission (NEC), Mohamed Mfa Ali Conte, has presented the Commission's annual report for the 2015 and the 2015-2019 strategic plan to President Ernest Bai Koroma State House. The presentation was made pursuant to Section 32(12) of the 1991 Constitution. Let's now join Razia Bash Kamara for that report.
In the annual report and strategic plan, the National Electoral Commissioner pointed out that 2015 started with a new electoral cycle and that they drafted a strategic plan 2015 to 2019, which was validated by stakeholders. The National Chief Electoral Commissioner disclosed that highlights of the report are broadened into 7 chapters, bridging from the profile of the National Chief Electoral Commission to the conclusion and recommendations. National Chief Electoral Commissioner Mohamed Mfa Ali Kante maintained that the major issues of the report, as he has earlier indicated, or that the Commission produced an annual strategic plan 2015 to 2019 and that they also came up with a position paper on the implications of the postponement of the National Population and Housing Census. He added that they also prepared a discussion paper highlighting the challenges to the electoral process, a proposal to postpone local government elections, and they also brought out the collaboration between NEC and other key ministries, departments and agencies. These, the National Chief Electoral Commissioner said, include Statistics Sierra Leone, boundary delimitation, the National Registration Secretariat, the Ministry of Internal Affairs, the Civil Registration Authority, the Law Reform Commission, and the Attorney General and Minister of Justice Office. Mr. Mohammed Umfa Ali Kante maintained that the commission also included the Electoral Legal Reform and the Public Elections Act, the Constitutional Review Committee on drafting of a referendum bill, and the Ministry of Local Government.
For the 5-year period 2015-2019. But it's based on scenario 1, which we discussed here sometime. That's combining all the elections, presidential, parliamentary, and local council elections. But what's important with this plan, is that the features, it includes an electoral calendar for the conduct of the elections in early 2018. Then it also links the plan to the government's agenda for prosperity.
Receiving the 2015 annual report, President Nkrumah thanked the team for the presentation and also that of their strategic plan for 2015 to 2019. He expressed delight that in the report they have highlighted their major activities for the year under review and that they have noted with appreciation that the Commission's activities are not only being limited to the country but also that they have participated externally in the sub-region. The President pointed out that as President, he has focused his attention in trying to ensure that the country has a professional corps of personnel in NEC. He reiterated that it is the reason why in all of the Commission's appointments before this time, they have as a government looked within the institution to build the capacity and also elevate the people within the institution so that they could motivate employees within and also give them scope to enhance their professionalism.
And I'm sure that the National Registration Office will also quickly engage with you so that the deadlines are met in terms of completing the registration process. So that people could be adequately identified at elections, and also will use it as an opportunity to update the electoral registers. So these are key issues because over the period we've had a lot of overvoting and undervoting because of the difficulties we have in identifying people, but this biometric identification will ensure that we limit it, we limit the issues of overvoting, or we eliminate it completely, so that whatever comes out as a result will be a true reflection of the wish of the people, and whoever wins represents the majority wish of the people that will be voting. So I hope that we will work on that, and Internal Affairs is here to ensure that we work on it.
In another development at State House, President Ernest Bai Koroma received in audience members of the Sierra Leone Pensioners Association to discuss issues bordering on their benefits and pensions. Presenting the team of pensioners, the acting president, Sierra Leone Labour Congress, Brother Jennings Wright, commended President Nkrumah for keeping to his word of ensuring that he meets with the pensioners as promised during the official May Day celebration and launching of the employment policy. Briefing the President about the issues and challenges of pensioners, Brother Jennings Wright informed President Nkrumah that during the restructuring of the civil service during the NPRC period, a lot of pensioners were retired prematurely. He maintained that there was also the Structural Adjustment Program of the IMF to make sure that Sierra Leone eat what they grow. Responding, President Nkrumah welcomed the members of the Association of Pensioners and revealed that in their letter, they raised 3 issues, including low pensions, the homelessness of pensioners, the lack of medical facilities, which he described as big. President Nkrumah made it clear that he would not want to make any commitments at this stage, but as a government, they believe that anybody that has served in any capacity in Sierra Leone has provided a service or the building of the nation. In that regard, the President noted that he has the fervent belief that such a service must be appreciated and that as a population that is now succeeding, they must show an amount of appreciation.
The Chief Executive Officer of the Cotton Tree Foundation, John Kamara, has said the main thrust of the Ebola Orphans, Survivors and Widows project is to provide educational support to them and improve on the economic and social livelihoods. The Chief Executive Officer was speaking at the launch of the project titled Ebola Widows, Orphans and Survivors Project at the Grafton Village with funds from Intermission based in Germany. Let's now join Ibrahim Samura again.
I now launch this twin project in the name of God the Father, God the Son, and God the Blessed Holy Spirit. Hallelujah.
These are widows, orphans, and survivors expressing their joy and happiness for the support they've received in these religious songs. Grafton is one of the villages in the western rural districts that was heavily hit by the Ebola scourge, leaving scores of Ebola orphans, widows, and survivors. The community was listed as a Ebola hotspot during the height of the Ebola fight. It was against this backdrop that the charitable faith-based organization Cotton Tree Foundation has secured funding from Intermission in Germany to support these Ebola orphans, widows, and survivors. The project will be supporting them with learning materials, food and condiments, and startup kits through the Village Savings and Loan Scheme. The project monitoring and evaluation officer, Cotton Tree Foundation, Edward Mbalu, said the project mainly targets women and children, saying that they are mostly affected by the Ebola outbreak. He told the beneficiaries that they will cater for hundreds of orphans and widows in the Grafton community as a pilot project. Chief Executive Officer Cotton Tree Foundation, John Kamara, said they designed the projects to reintegrate them into the community and restore their hopes. She said the learning materials, including the school fees, is to support the education of the orphans, and the startup kits is to improve on the economic status of the widows and survivors through the Village Savings and Loan Scheme.
At the end of this project, we want to see a changed life. We want to see their lives improve for the better. We don't want to see them on the streets begging, especially for the widows. Presently, they don't have husbands. They are the breadwinners. They fend for themselves. And so we want to empower them financially so they will restore their dignity again, and then they will become a responsible citizens in the future.
She admonished the beneficiaries to take advantage of the opportunity, saying that they will be monitoring them on a monthly basis. Speaking on behalf of the beneficiaries, Chief Pa Alimami Sisi and Madam Mabintu Kanu appreciated Cotton Tree Foundation for the support, so therefore they deserve to be supported. They expressed the hope that at the end of the project, their lives could have changed and improved on their businesses. Ibrahim Samura, Freetown.
Depression, marital and parenting cases account for the highest at the BBN Counseling Center. This disclosure was made by the Chief Executive Officer of the Center, Ransford Wright, during a training session of counselors by an international counseling center called Reach Beyond. The training is to increase the knowledge of counselors in their counseling services. Although there is a culture of silence in Sierra Leone, the BBN Counseling Center has provided services to over 3,000 Sierra Leoneans. The trend, according to Ransford Wright, is gradually changing as a result of high level of confidentiality displayed by counselors. The BBN Training Center was established in 2012 by the BBN Radio which operations cost over 100 million leones. The management for the Milton Magai College of Education, Science and Technology has concluded a field trip to Makeni for over 50 students at the Wusum Hotel and Hotel Conteyu in Makeni. The tour was to enable students to get first-hand information on their areas of studies.
The tour was to enable students to get first-hand information on their areas of studies and to gain broader knowledge and experiences from colleagues from an established institution. These students drawn from different departments from the Milton Magai College of Education, Science and Technology, Brookfields campus in Freetown, was to get first-hand information from personnel managed in the Roland Beach, Usum Hotel, and Hotel Conteyu in Makeni. Addressing students, the Dean of Faculty of Hotel Tourism and Nutritional Science for the Milton Magai College of Education, Science and Technology, Madam Cecilia Bangura, encouraged students to make proper use of the field trip and described it as an eye-opener for the students. Receiving students, the proprietor for the Roland Beach at Rogbane Village in Makeni, Dr. Roland Toure, appreciated students and staff of the Milton Magai College of Education, Science and Technology for considering the Roland Beach as part of their field trip. He disclosed that he has acquired over 500 acres of land that comprises a natural and artificial beach and a proposed site for hotels, zoo, fish pond, stadium, and many more. Dr. Roland Toure made it known that it all started in 2015. He added that all developments that have been undertaken was financed by him and that proceeds derived presently from the beach serves as a revolving loan to the women and award of scholarships to deserving students within the community. In another engagement, the management and students visited the Usum Hotel and the Hotel Conteyu in Makeni to look at some of their facilities and how they operate. Alpha Bangura is the admin officer for the Usum Hotel, who gave a comprehensive picture of the hotel. He made it known that the idea for the construction of the hotel started in 2007, and since then they have been serving the nation efficiently, and that the hotel had good number of trained and qualified personnel to man the hotel effectively. The director for the hotel, Conteyu Slim Conte, explained about the advantage in hospitality work and encouraged students to be well disciplined, honest, sober-minded, and cultivate market strategies if they want to pursue in hotel management. Head of Department Food and Beverage Production and Service.
The Minister of Trade and Industry, Momodu Aliu Patso, has pledged his support to the National Women's Support Group Development Organization. The National Women's Support Group is a non-governmental organization catering for uneducated and vulnerable women in the country. The minister made this declaration at a forum organized at the Locust Football Field, Kisi. Maima Denke Kanu reports.
These women are known for their patriotism in their community. The White House Women's Development Organization has been in existence since 1991. According to the Secretary General of the organization, Haja Bumama Kano, the organization has been honored the first prize of the Commonwealth Youth Program for its immense contribution towards youth empowerment. She noted that in 1996, the organization conducted a survey on the problem faced by street girls, and it reveals that girls in the eastern part of the country are at higher risk to teenage pregnancy. Hajabu Mama Kanu said it was out of this that they want to establish this vocational training center in the community. Sharing the program, Haja Kadi Johnson, head of Radio SLBC, said the women need to be encouraged as they are contributing towards development of Sierra Leone. She frowned at the absence of policymakers at the program as they only visit them during elections period.
So I hope say
these women are seen to be vulnerable in their capacity to fend for themselves. National chairlady of the organization said she has been supporting these women out of her own proceeds. She said she has been catering for these women to become self-reliant in society. Madam Fatima Tekema said she is ready to capacity these women who are not elite as she too is uneducated. Her ideology, she said, is to ensure that the children of these vulnerable women are awarded scholarships by the government of Sierra Leone to be educated in future.
Well, the woman, the first of all, they don't begin come woman who want make agriculture. The one they make farm there, and the one for them they make for the health there, for their school there, or the center there, the one they land. And they need back for them they help them for microcredit, so we say that they release the condition for them they able to do business small. When they call me, able to pay transport for camp. So now I make them back today.
Since the organization is part of the private sector and is related to the Ministry of Trade and Industry, the reason why the Minister of Trade and Industry, Captain Ali Patso, pledged his commitment to empower these women to the ministry. This ministry is ready to support women in development as it will contribute to the development of Sierra Leone.
And then women there, now then they feed plenty of men, and then money then they use for pay. And they use for pay, school fees, and then because we know one of them. When we go through that stage, when we that dinner we get one small shop we get, I don't think we're able to do. Now we want to don't strike the one who comes. If we not come for now, we bring them back together. When we meet up like Madam Kamara, we get able to talk to the people, then we're able to organize. We help we in this work, where we sometimes not able to reach the people because of the other extra work.
Different stakeholders from line ministries and departments made relevant statements in support of the vision of the National Women's Support Group. As they said, the ideology of Madam Fatmata is significant to nation building. A member of the organization, Mayatu Abdullah, said she has benefited a lot since she became a member of the organization.
The acute water shortage in the western area has been a concern to many. Recent times have seen kids who can't late hours, which many people have attributed to the increase in teenage pregnancy. The Honorable Swahilo Koroma is the Chairman Parliamentary Oversight Committee on Water Resources. Princess Gibson asked him whether the present water crisis is a concern to the committee.
Represented Parliament and the Committee on Water Resources. Water crisis in Freetown is a perennial problem year in, year out over the couple of decades, I can say. I think it's a problem we as a nation need to sit and really honestly come out with solutions and really honestly come out with strategies as how we can fix it. So to me, it's a big problem and our people are suffering. If you go around the street of Freetown around about 4 o'clock in the morning, 4 a.m. in the morning, you can see kids, school children going inside of water. So I think it's a big problem for our society.
You oversee MDAs in this case, Goma Valley. What are some of the reasons put forward that is responsible for this present situation?
Well, we've been engaging MDAs, we've been engaging Goma Valley together with the ministry. Thank God the president in his wisdom created the Ministry of Water Resources a couple of years ago, I think in 2013. Now we have the ministry and we have the MD, which is Goma Valley Water Company. We've been engaging them, but I think it's not the matter of just dwelling around the problem. To me, I am not a person that dwells around problems. I'm a very solution-oriented person. What we are doing now is the problem keeps coming and the same story, the same old story. Oh, we have an old system, we have resources to operate.
So by now,
the tariff
is
low.
Have been learned.
The tariff is low. We don't have, I think we have the lessons learned. But the thing is, we need action. The action, I prefer the action. It's not about what.
In what direction? Action.
We need government.
From what direction?
We need government to put resources, financial resources. We need donor communities to put financial resources. We need people. We need international communities. People, UNICEF. We need ADB. We need Islamic Development Banks. We need even the World Bank that are spending the resources.
Well,
on the
these
roads,
partners
that
have been on board.
They should come and put huge resources. The Freetown water supply system require huge resources. We are talking about millions of dollars to fix that system. To fix this system here in Freetown. It's the Freetown water supply management system. It's a whole system. We are talking about the dam. We are talking about reservoir. We are talking about running the pipes. We are talking about servicing. We are talking about tariff. We are talking about how to manage even the system we are going to build. It's a whole thing we are talking about here. So to me, it's not just about Guma. It's not just about the Ministry of Water Resources. It's about taking our government. You know, we are calling on the president. Last year, you can vividly remember, I made a series of calls on the president. I made a series of calls on the Minister of Finance that we need more resources. We need more budget allocation to the ministry and to the water sector.
As a matter of urgency, as we speak, which area do Guma need investment?
I can tell you honestly that Freetown water supply system needs to be looked at again, because as I speak to you, just a couple of months ago, the Ministry of Water Resources have been working day and night to see how best they can try to look at a long-term plan, which is the local water system. That's a long-term plan because we don't have the resources now. But we can make it short if we have the resources to invest immediately. But what I'm saying here is, if we really want our people to, if we want to salvage the problem of our people in this city, I think we need resources now, not any other time. So we are called. That's why I keep saying, it's not just about the overseeing of ministry. The committee is not just about scrutinizing the MDAs. It's also about supporting them to get resources, to monitor those resources, to ensure that they implement the activities planned as per those resources. So that is what exactly I am doing as a chairman, and we are doing as a committee.
So, are you telling your audience now that the issue of water has not been prioritized?
Absolutely, I can say that anywhere. We have not seen government investing so much into the water sector. We have not even seen even the donor partners. That's why I even have a program with the ministry. We are trying to look at the non-government, international government organization, the implementation. What are they doing in Sierra Leone in terms of water, in terms of the provision of water? When you talk about the provision of water, what is the donor partners doing? What is the international community doing? We have to look at all of that. Then we have to actually sit as a sector to try to see our best way, the best way we could harmonize all of these efforts. Because I think resources are coming to the sector, but I think it's not well coordinated. It's completely disjointed. So what we need now is to coordinate and harmonize all of these resources to see what is the best way forward as a nation.
That was the Honorable Swahilo Kuruma, Chairman Parliamentary Oversight Committee on Water Resources. To end the news on the main points again. The Chief Electoral Commission has presented the Commission's annual report for the 2015 and the 2015-2019 strategic plan to President Ernest Bai Koroma. Vice President has presented a specially designed plaque to President Ernest Bai Koroma, given to him as a guest of honor at the Pan-African Summit in South Africa. And customers have raised concern over the unavailability of top-up credit for Apato prepaid meters in the city for days now. That's all in this edition of News Hour. On behalf of the news editor, Abubakar Bangura, my name is Mbalu Bangura. For more information about our programs, do send us an email to www.contactus@sl. Thanks for your attention. Good night.
Hello and welcome to Issues in the News. I am Bangura. In the program today, the issue of pipe-borne water in Freetown has become a major problem for residents in the western area. The closure of taps in the city, according to residents, has also led to the increase of teenage pregnancy among young girls. Well, Emmanuel Sandy, Program Manager, WashNet Sierra Leone, is my studio guest for Issues in the News. Hello and welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Now, how concerned is WashNet over the non-availability of water supply within the city?
Thank you very much. WashNet is much concerned, very, very much concerned about this issue. It's like the issue is now going on age over age. We have not actually identified what this problem is. And we believe as an institution, the responsibility of an agency that is responsible to provide the services for our people is upon them, and they need to act.
That you are talking about Goma Valley Water Company and the Ministry of
Water Resources. Yeah. And we have been in the studio for several times discussing about the issue of water crisis. I want to believe as an institution they must have, or they must tell or inform the people of this country what are the problems and what are the problems they are facing. In as much as government is there to augment their operations, they need to tell us if there are issues that they cannot, or what is responsible for them to have not provided adequate water in the city. We need to know. But it is rather unfortunate that we are here yet again and over and again discussing the issue of water availability, leaving behind the people and our children, especially the child suffering, who are the major victim of the situation. What do we do next? What do we do next? Or what do we have to do?
No, Mr. Sandy, what has been the problem having acute water shortage? What is the ministry and Goma Valley Water Company not been doing to provide water for the people of this country?
To be specific, to be honest enough, there are several engagements. We've met these people. But for you or for them to come out with a clear cause of situation that this is what is affecting Goma, for us not to meet the situation, they will tell you, one, the geographical situation is affecting them. One, the Goma, the dam, is of over 50 years that they are managing to.
But these are valid reasons
they are putting together. Yes, these are valid reasons they are putting together. Now, what I am saying, government owns these agencies. Government owns these operations. What they need to do is for them to actually, before this time, to must have drafted a strategy of how to be able to coil or to amend this situation. As what we are now saying here, at this period, at this particular time, we should have not reached this particular time in terms of water shortage, and it is still continuing. What are we going to do? Are we just going to be coming here, calling us to tell the media or to tell the people that this is the situation, this is the situation? The situation is there, is there. Everybody knows about it. Now let them, as an institution, come out with solutions, immediate solutions. Otherwise, people will react. And if people react, we know what that means. Because if a service that is needed by the people must be given to them.
So what should be done as an immediate solution to address this?
What I want, from my own perspective, if government can do, let's say, an assessment to come out immediately to find out the issues, the problems that Goma is facing, right? So that let's draw a conclusion to the situation. Because if you ask Goma, they will tell you there is project, there are projects here and there. We have other opportunities around us. How could they manage some of these opportunities that are available to be able to meet the current situation? Or let's say, then we can draft a way forward to have to mitigate further occurrences of what we are seeing. But the situation at the moment is alarming.
But the situation keeps increasing and population keeps increasing within the Freetown municipality, and people have constructed structures on Goma Valley water catchment area. So these are some of the reasons why we are having this acute water shortage within the Freetown municipality.
These are all issues in the same bag. I'm telling you. People encroaching into the water, let me say, secured areas or environments. These are all issues that needs to be addressed. But if Goma is there, now let me tell you, even around the dam, if you go there, you can see that people have already encroached into that area. And what that means, there is a problem. So let us don't sit and wait until it happens to become a problem.
So what should Goma do?
Goma should act as an institution, as an agency.
Should they go and demolish those structures?
No, they don't need to demolish. I think there are structures to that. If this is a government-owned institution as well, and government needs to speak for them, government needs to handle issues for them, I think they need to channel it to government and then table out the necessary issues and needs to be done.
So what about this issue of constructing an other dam?
It is unlawful. Or constructing another dam, you mean?
Yeah.
That could be nice. And they have provisions, they have other dams in around the municipality, which they've spoken of several times. Why not they improve some of these dams, and then they can be able to actually come in when there is acute need.
So how this issue of water shortage affecting young girls going to school? Because according to residents within the Freetown municipality, it is affecting these young girls, as most of them are now pregnant.
You see, Mr. Bangura, this is a story. It's not a story that we will be telling here and again. Maybe if we are living in this city, we must have seen evidences of what you are asking for. Now you go down there and see these girls languishing around water points to access water, and you know what that means. You know what the problems they go through. It dampens their education. It harms their educational strives. And these are girls, they are of age, and time tells on them. If a girl repeats class 1 or class 5 or class 6, it tells on them. And these are all issues that we must sit as a state to address. Let's stop putting blames, let's stop telling things that we already have answers for. Therefore, government, if Goma is a big institution, Goma has been running for years. Now let's see what should be done for our children, the young girls. Now yet we'll be talking about pregnancy, and that we roll over to education. And when it goes to education, we started saying no. We are yet behind.
So how can you assess Goma? They don't have the capacity to provide affordable water?
Well,
or because of the issues we are pointing out there?
Well, technically, I will say I have not assessed them. But frankly, based on service provision, I will say no. Right? I have not assessed their system, their management, I have not. But if you cannot produce what is supposed to be produced, then there are issues with your management. Why are you not reaching your expectation? Is for you to tell us what the problems are. And if these problems are not pronounced, then it means either there is problem with the management. If the management is capable, then you come up with your problems and then let's find solutions so that we can address some of these issues. But I want to believe here they have a strong management who can handle issues. But they need to tell us, they need to tell government, if the issue of the water provisions or the water sources they have are not available or cannot actually supply the number, or let me say the city as a whole, then they need to find ways and means to address this issue. Let's say this issue have started since way back.
But what about people destroying Goma pipes, and at the end of the day, so many people don't have access to water supply?
It's because if these people are providing water, or if there were strategies or plans before to actually meet the demands of these people, some people will definitely not go in to destroy pipes. Let's say people are having electricity. People cannot go there now to do illegal connections. They must be proud of having the data so that they can have electricity at home as far as they can access light, if they have that belief. So as far as the issue of water is concerned, if these people are sure of having water, even though not adequate, but maybe if they have, they think they have that access to that, I don't think if they can be just languishing or going around to cut pipes because they think they can do so.
Thank you very much, Emmanuel Sandy, Program Manager, WatchNet Sierra Leone. The program has been Issues in the News. On behalf of my producer, Princess Gibson, and the rest of the team, I am Abubakar Bangura in Freetown. Issues in the News continues tomorrow. Do have a lovely day.
Sierra Leone is always fondly remembered as the image of a lion. Whether one looks at the sprawling hills or the spreading rivers, Sierra Leone stretches as a pride of lions.
Many Sierra Leoneans don't remember when they last saw a lion. However, that did not stop Pedro de Sintra, a young Portuguese discoverer, from naming this great country Sierra Leone.
From 1462, when Sierra Leone was named by de Sintra, to the years of slavery and the years of freedom, Sierra Leone has come a long way to becoming a diversified and unified country.
Coastal Sierra Leone has always attracted attention from neighbors near and far away. The country's river Rukel, running into the great Atlantic Ocean, has always opened its doors to every human civilization for as long as it has existed.
Known as the Athens of West Africa, Sierra Leone has built a name for itself upon a solid educational foundation, with colonial experimental institutions such as the Grammar School, Annie Walsh Memorial School, and Forabe College, institutions which led the All-Africa way for quality education for people of African origin.
Sierra Leone, a country of several pictures, of courageous battles, of slavery and of colonialism, of independence and of self-rule, of civil war and of activism,
of blood diamonds and of peace diamonds. Sierra Leone has emerged as a country, a concept and a conscience. Sierra Leone, the beautiful diamond of Africa.
This is a Jamcast production.
Education is the most powerful tool you can use to change the world. So, send your girl child to school and stop teenage pregnancy. Pregnant girls too deserve a second chance to education. Pregnant girls need more attention.